Well, hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. On today's video,
What are you doing?
well, it's our 24th wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
The boys are away at church camp for the week.
Yeah.
So I thought it was time to institute
No.
clothing optional
No.
week at Red Tool House. You not up for that?
No. Go get some clothes on.
Really?
And where is your mic?
You don't want to know.
Wow,
All right, happy now?
that was fast. Much better.
Yes.
And what was with the black bar across your chest?
Nobody needs to see that. Okay, as mentioned, it's our 24th wedding anniversary, and the boys are away for the week, which is kind of rare for us. So we're going to do something tonight. We're going to turn off the lights, get in the living room, and do something that we don't get to do when the boys are around.
No, stop. You're so mean.
Take that. Take that. No. No. All right, no, in all seriousness, because it is our 24th wedding anniversary, high five on the 21st.
Woo.
Yeah, knock that one down. 24 more to go. 48, I'm done.
Well, that's good to know.
Anyway, since it's our 24th wedding anniversary, what we wanted to do is enumerate 24 things that you all may not know about us here at Red Tool House. So come check out our list. Well, first and foremost, our faith. Our Christian faith shapes everything we do. Every decision we make is based around our faith. Sometimes we fail, and obviously there's no such thing as a perfect Christian, but we try to make every decision based upon our faith.
We became active in our church when our boys were young, and we are so thankful that we did.
Yeah, it's really changed our whole outlook on life as we have this land and work it and see, you know, God's beautiful creation all around us. It just speaks to us. It just seems so natural to us. So it is really ingrained in our lives. Now you may wonder, Troy, how come you really don't talk about that? 300 videos in and you really don't talk about that a lot. Well, we're also the type that we're not going to shove it down your throat. If you want to know more about our faith, then you're more than welcome to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to talk to you. If you're in West Virginia, I'll even buy you lunch and tell you all about it. But our channel is about homesteading. We feel that God's creation is seen everywhere, His handiwork. So anytime I turn on a camera and I show anything around here, I'm showing a glimpse of God. So faith really shapes what we do. Well, several of you have asked, what about our house? Do we have a mortgage? Yes. Unfortunately, we do still have a mortgage on our house in our land, the 100 acres that we own. That's just part of where we are right now. I wish we didn't, but we do. But hopefully we'll get that paid off.
I'm a homeschool mama, and I've been homeschooling our boys for 12 years and plan to do it all the way through. It's been a great opportunity for us, and for me especially, to be able to spend all of this time with both of the boys. We have really had a great time.
So, in speaking about marriage, when we were married, I paid for our honeymoon with my mom's gold card because we were still in college. And I was given the gold card for emergencies only while at school. And I pretty much figured that, well, honeymoon, you should only have one in a lifetime, right?
It's pretty important.
Yeah, it seemed pretty important. It seemed like an emergency to us. I don't think Mom was as impressed. In fact, when we got back from Cancun, I had to sell my motorcycle to pay off the credit card bill. So that was a life lesson there. So until about 10 years ago, we had never owned livestock. We never had chickens and never had pigs. As a kid growing up in the country, I just had a dog and that was about it. You had domestic animals, right?
We had a cat.
Well, it doesn't count.
Exactly.
So this was all new for us. So we just dove in head first, made a lot of mistakes along the way, still making mistakes, angry chickens, but we learn as we go.
I have a bachelor's degree in accounting, but retired after the boys were born.
She was actually the bigger of the two income earners for our house, so that was a big change for us. So Kelly and I attended the same college. We both went to Marshall University at the same time, and I studied a lot of things because I couldn't land on one thing. So I studied biology. I wanted to study genetics, And then I switched to an English major in creative writing. Go figure. So we will admit that every once in a while we have this event that we call Shoot-a-Palooza, or I like to say Funds with Guns. Well, we have a bunch of our friends over, friends from church, and we get out our firearms and we target shoot, we clay shoot. We just have a good time. We invite a lot of people that have never shot a gun before, really haven't even been out to the country before. And so it's just a great time to get everybody together and blow stuff up. Right, Kel?
Right.
Well, Kelly won't admit it, but she is actually what I consider a surgeon with her 20 gauge shotgun. Now she has my 12 gauge here in her hand, but her 20 gauge shotgun, she is quite the marksman with it. Wouldn't you say?
I have fun.
It's really great when we do clay shooting. Kelly will get her 20 gauge out, and my friends, big burly guys, come down and they're shooting. Of course, not too many people know how to shoot clays well, so they can't hit the broadside of the barn, and she's just over there, pow, pow, pow. So the 20 gauge obviously is you like that size. That's more your speed,
Yes,
isn't it?
definitely.
Yeah. So I say we go there.
No way, I want to go here.
No, there.
Nope, here. I like the beach.
And I like the mountains, which makes it a little difficult when we're trying to plan our vacation.
I really enjoy cooking, especially when I can use things that we've raised on our own farm. And Troy likes eating it. You could probably tell by looking at him.
Hey! Well, we've lived here almost 20 years, and you still have to drive through the creek to actually get on the property. This is right at the edge of our property line. And that's kind of the way I like it.
It makes it interesting.
You want a bridge, don't you?
I would love a bridge.
Yeah, they need to have trolls. We don't want trolls. No, we actually had a good friend who was from California. He moved back to California, but he absolutely loved this creek crossing. It was I guess a childhood dream of his to be able to play in the creek, and he would come out in his Jeep Cherokee and he'd hit this thing about 45 miles an hour because he wanted to blow it wide open. So Jim, if you're watching, creek crossing's still here. Well, since we're standing here in the water, we should probably tell him the bridge story, shouldn't we?
Sure.
Well, and we'll keep it short because we don't want this video to be too long. But back in college, Kelly and I obviously dated in college, and we were up in a really neat place in the mountains called Bemis, and there was this large bridge over top of Shaver's Fork, which is a pretty good-sized trout river. And how high was the bridge, Kelly, would you say?
50 feet.
50 feet, 100 feet. It seems to get taller as the story goes along. Each year the bridge gets taller. But so we were up there camping. A good friend of mine from college was there, Jim, and Jim, we're watching these people jump off a bridge, and what do you say?
Let's do it.
You wanted to jump off the bridge into the water. So we're like, ain't no way in the world she's doing it. So we said, okay. So we kind of strut up there like big men. And
First of all, we knew it was okay because all these people had been jumping before us.
And so, like when your mom says, if everyone else jumped off a bridge, would you? Obviously, you did.
Yeah.
So Kelly steps right up there, and before we know it, bang, she goes right down into the water. And Jim and I look at one another and it's like, holy crap, she did it. And he said, are you going to jump? I was like, I had no desire to jump. He's like, well, I don't want to jump. And so down in the water, Kelly's like, come on, come on. And then everybody that's hanging out, the other people that are swimming, are calling us from the shore, kitty, 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 pansy, pansy, bark, 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 making all these chicken noises. I told Jim, I said, we got to jump or we're never going to live this down. So we both ended up.
Did?
We did, yes. We manned up and jumped to
It was fun.
follow my girlfriend. It was terrifying.
It was fun.
Jump off a perfectly good bridge.
I need adventure.
Yeah, well, I need adventure. I got enough adventure as it is. So when we bought this 100 acres almost 20 years ago, I and you had no desire to homestead or farm or to do anything like that.
Well, it just wasn't
Yeah.
in our thought process
Yeah,
at that time.
We'd never done it before. Quite frankly, the reason why I wanted to move out here was I just wanted to be away from everybody. I didn't like people. May have something to do with living in Orlando years before that. So I just wanted to move out in the middle of nowhere.
And I'm a city girl. He's a country girl. No, he's not. I hope not.
Country girl.
So I'm a city girl. He's a country boy. And this was definitely an awakening for me.
Yeah, did you actually cry when we decided to move out here?
I did.
How long did you cry?
not long.
I tell
just
the
said,
story. I tell the story.
No. I said,
3
are you
days,
sure
people.
this is what you want?
She cried for 3 days.
That is not true. That is so not true.
It's like Rapunzel in the tower. Okay.
We talked about it. I said, are you sure this is... First of all, this place was covered in trash. And then you said, oh, this is what I want. Are you sure?
It didn't have the best wrapper at that time, of course.
No.
It was a little bit trashed. So fortunately, I could see, as a visionary, I could see through all the garbage.
But I
and
couldn't.
see that it could become this.
Oh my. One thing about Liam is he loves animals. However, he likes to be on the other side of the camera.
Now, Liam's our 17-year-old, and he has a passion for the animals. He loves everything from birds to insects to chickens to pigs. But being a 17-year-old, he's not too crazy about being in front of the camera. So we don't force him to be on the camera. He'll show up when he wants to show up.
And one thing about Camlin is he is very helpful, always ready to jump in with chores, loves being outside, and wants to get his farm business started.
Yeah, Cam's our 13-year-old, and you see him from time to time in the videos. He's not as reluctant to be on camera, but he's excited to get his chicken business going back up again. We've done some videos in the past where he had his own flock and was selling eggs, and we've consolidated this year. But he's ready to move on. In fact, he was asking me just the other day, Dad, I'm ready to buy my next flock of chickens. So he is our resourceful one when it comes to farm business.
We love nature and getting outdoors to explore our beautiful state.
West Virginia is one of the most beautiful states, and it's nowhere near Richmond, is it, Kel?
No.
It's not. It is a separate state since 1863, actually. Kelly is very organized.
And Troy is messy.
That's why I'm never allowed to show video clips of the garage, because the garage is my responsibility, and it tends to fall behind.
Or the wood shop.
Well, people have seen the wood shop. They know that's bad. Yeah, the wood shop is bad. I have this theory that if I leave stuff out, I will always know where it is when I need it. You have a habit of putting things away, and then I can't find them.
But then you just leave it all everywhere.
But then I know exactly where it is, don't I?
And so does everybody else.
It's like the kitchen island. What's it made for? It's not for
Nothing.
dining. It's not for hanging out.
It's
for
for
placing everything you need when you go to leave the house.
The measuring tape, the screwdriver, the drill.
Yeah.
No.
All right, whatever.
Another thing we are so excited about is our best friends just moved back from another state and have a homestead within about an hour from us.
Yeah, and we're excited to, if we can get Matt and Heather to get on camera, we're excited to detail some of what they got going on. Matt raises quail. He's professionally trained in culinary arts. They got all kinds of cool stuff. They've got teenage boys about the same age as our boys, so they make goat milk soap. There's all kinds of neat things they do. So we're anxious to have them back so we can hang out with them and, of course, introduce them to you all as well. I do have a day job at a marketing company that I co-own with a business partner, so that does have me away from the homestead from time to time.
One of our guilty pleasures is movie night or YouTube channel night.
That's right. You ready for goats?
I don't know. It looks easy. No.
Yeah. Well, I absolutely love hearing people's stories, help them tell their stories about farming, homesteading, off-grid living, all of those type of things. I just enjoy that so much. That's why we started this channel. We want to help others do that. That's why I started the podcast about pastured pigs, because I love talking to people about how they raise their pigs. So it's a real joy to be able to do this and know that there's actually people out there watching. So our last point is directed at you all directly. We are so thankful that you all take the time to watch our content. Again, there's tons of other things you could be doing. You could be out working your own homestead or watching other channels that are better. I know I would be. But we thank you so much for the comments, the interactions, all the things you all do to let us know we're not broadcasting to the abyss. We do appreciate that. We have now over 300 videos on our channel, spanning almost 3 years. So it's fun to do, but it really means a lot to us that you all watch.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care, everybody.